How did you spend your week off last week?
Relaxing with the family, a little fishing, a little kayaking, a little snorkeling, just in the rivers. So, not the St. Lawrence River, but different river. So, just enjoyed myself. Yeah, awesome. It was good.
The third quarter slumps have been a recurring theme this season.
Mm-hmm.
Do you chalk it up to a coincidence, or is it something that you pay attention to?
Well, we don't want to lose a play, let alone a quarter. I mean, so standards are standards, So obviously we have not lived up to that in the third quarter, but I don't think we've lived up to it as a team in the third quarter. I think it's all three phases could be better. I think that we haven't played complementary football in those quarters, because even if we give up anything, as long as we take it right back, it doesn't feel as bad as it is. And that's what's happened in the last two games. We've had leads going into the third quarter, and we've come out and given up them. Those leads have evaporated. And then we've regained it in the fourth, but why do we need to play like that in one quarter, let alone a quarter? I mean, we're just talking about plays upon plays. So obviously standards are standards. We just like to play them like that, not necessarily think of it as a third quarter thing. But I can tell you, everyone in our locker room probably this week is going to be coming out of that locker room. But it's not going to be with we want to do this. It's do it and be about it. And so that means lock in on every single play like we do the rest of the game. And that means with the way we do things, alignment, assignment, technique, and just standard of play. But I do give credit, and again, I've always said this, I will give credit to other teams. Other teams have made plays against us. It happens to be in the third quarter, it's piling up.
What can you tell us about that David Perales? I know he played well during training camp. Now he's healthy. And the type of players and what is he?
Aggressive, physical. I mean, he's going to get after you. He's going to give great effort, which is what you see our defense is based on. Obviously, he's got ability. He, played at a high level in college, played at a high level in the NFL when he was there, and then he's getting an opportunity here. So, obviously, he gets his number called, he'll be ready and he'll be flying around. I can just tell you that.
We saw a few guys on the D-line since the beginning of this season. Are you still looking?
Well, yeah. I mean, I think we know our players that can play, and then obviously we're moving guys around and putting guys in and out of the lineup to find the right combination. And I feel very confident anytime we put anybody in there that we're going to get the job done. But ultimately, someone's got to seize that opportunity. And I think that's more of what you're seeing. I don't think anybody's been completely disappointing. It's just we're looking for Alouette ability, and we want to see it show up.
Lorenzo Byrne is back in the lineup. Do you feel like he took a big step this season so far?
I think so. I think I'll say this with Burns. He's played consistent since he's been here. I mean, he gives her every day in practice. He's a consummate professional. You watch the way he prepares, throughout the week, watching the amount of film he watches in our building. He's always in our building. And when I watch him compete in practice, he goes against some of the best receivers in our league that are in our practices, and every single day is the same effort. So I've seen nothing but that on the field. And physically, he's as imposing as any DB. I mean, he'll come up and tackle and hit you and cover you. So I love the way Lorenzo's played, and I'm just happy that he's been able to do it consistently.
I know it's not about one player, but Tyson's Philpot numbers since the beginning of the season are rarely seen. Do you remember some kind of stretch like that where everything he touches seems to be successful?
I'm sure there's been. I know there's been a lot of great receivers playing this league. Montreal has had them, but to do what he's doing, it is special. I mean, it does not happen all the time. But again, it's kind of an expectation with him because we've seen it since day one of training camp. I mean, what he's doing in these games, he does it every day in practice, he does it in training camp, and he's done it throughout his career. Just these stretches of games, when his number's been called, he's come through. That will be the expectation the rest of the year as well for him. He's got that much ability, and he's got that ability to do it.
Coach, you're first in the league for big plays, but second last for presence in the red zones. How do you explain this type of blazing offense?
Well, it's hard to figure because you'd like to if you're getting in the red zone a number of times, like the team we're playing, I think has gotten down there 20 times or 17 times, if I'm not mistaken. And I think we're down there 11. But, you know, like you said, big plays are the reason we're not down there as much. We've been scoring from with outside the red zone. I don't care how you score. I don't think any of us care how we score. It's just whether we do or don't. And I think the type of offense we've been running has been big play oriented, and it's coming from all over the field. It's not just down there. So we don't rely on just drives to get us down there. A number of cumulative plays, it can be one play, and it gets us a score. So, but obviously what you want to be able to do is score on every drive. That's the main thing. So however it comes, it comes. So I don't pay too much time about the opportunities you get down there. It's what you do once you're down there. And I think we're 7 for 11, so we'd like to be 11 for 11. So you're always looking to improve and get better. But I think we've done a very good job, regardless of scoring points this year.
We're gonna just try and play our brand of football. We're not gonna try and overthink the third quarter too much. You know, a couple of things happened last week. You know, and we don't stall out drives. It's a totally different third quarter, but we're definitely aware of it. But we're not gonna try and overpress or anything like that.
It might be a long question, but I'll go.
Yes, sir.
When things are going great, when your arm's doing good, when you're confident, is there a risk or a danger or a trap to try too much or try to make the risky pass that you would not make when you're not doing good?
I don't think so. I don't think I've shown that yet. I don't think I've put the ball in harm's way too many times, and we're taking a lot of shots downfield. So I think the coaches trust me pretty good right now to we're going to call some shots, but that doesn't mean you're throwing the ball up no matter what, if that makes sense.
Yep.
I know it's not about one player, but the kind of numbers Tyson has been putting since the beginning of the season. Can you recall any other stretch from a receiver like that that you played with or you played against maybe?
In high school, I had a receiver. He had some pretty crazy numbers like Tyson. I think he had 4 touchdowns in one quarter. But you know, that's high school ball. Shout out my boy Kyle. No, I mean, he's been amazing. You know, I called it in camp. I said he's been better than he's ever been before, and that's hard to believe. And he's, you know, there's still some out there, he'll tell you. So.
How is he improving?
Everything he seems to touch turns into gold this season.
There's no doubt about it. Just keep finding a way to get in the ball, right?
How is he improving? He was already so good. Like, what does he do better?
I think he's just like learning more about space and what's leverage. You know, when he's running his routes, he's also playing with he always plays with confidence. But when the ball's up and it's one-on-one, it's more like an 80% chance he catches it than your traditional 50-50. So he's just playing with a different fire. And he's ready to put it all out there.
At the training camp we were talking about, you're like the Grey Cup. Now 4 games later, what are you the most proud of yourself?
Not turning over the ball. That's number one. Give us an opportunity, and the best way to give us an opportunity to win, and the best way to do that is not turn the ball over. And then I've been proud of how we battled. It seems like every single game, fourth quarter, we're a resilient group for sure.
What do you make of the lack of sacks this year? It's on an all-time low in the CFL. Are the offenses just reading the defenses so well? Like, what do you make of that?
Yeah, I mean, I'll speak for us. For sure, I think that our O-line's obviously playing unbelievable. I think defenses have a tough time deciphering what we're going to do because it seems like we have a lot of options on every play, so we're trying to make sure the defense can never be right. And so far, so good, but we know Calgary's got an extremely talented D-line, and we'll be ready for it, but it'll be a great competition for us.
Number 3 of the Philpot games. Is it still something?
For sure. Obviously get the juices up. Love to compete against my brother, but obviously the goal of the week is to go 1-0 and to beat the Calgary Stampeders. So yeah, sure. 2-0 against them. So
home and home this time.
Yeah.
Will the family be there for both games?
A little bit. Mom will be here for this game and a couple family members, but majority of them will be in Calgary this time. They always come up to Montreal with it being so close to the States. So they definitely will, but they're not happy with the schedule makers for sure. Definitely not.
It's the first one where Jalen he was a starter last time, but now he's a really important piece of their offense. How does that feel when you talk to each other now? Is the rivalry even bigger now?
Yeah, I would say definitely. Like you said, he's kind of evolved into the number one receiver over there. And I know previous times there's been a lot of excitement going into the game, and then he'd end the game with 2 targets or something like that. So definitely looking forward to this game with him getting some more opportunities. I mean, our defense is going to lock him down regardless, but just excited to see him go out there and compete and do what I do and just make plays.
You played great football so far, right? When you watch the tape, do you notice something different this season that you do, your run, I don't know, something that comes to your mind?
Not really. Obviously confidence is up. I would say, I'm back to kind of where I was in 2024 with just, playing fast and not really thinking about any injuries or anything like that. But again, I think props just goes to the coaches, AC especially, which is, the way he's drawing up plays to get me open this year. But now, it falls back on Davis too, just, finding me and the rest of the team as well.
Davis hasn't thrown a pick in 274 passes. How great is it as receivers to know that the ball is going to be where it's supposed to be every time?
Yeah, it's huge. When you talk about everyone doing their 1/12 and doing their job, as a receiver, it's so nice when you know that all you have to do is get to a position and Davis is going to put the ball right where it needs to be. And if it doesn't need to be there, he's not going to put it there. So you never have to worry about, getting your head taken off or anything like that. So just lets you play fast, let the game slow down for you. And that's just credit to him and, his mental.
You said you were back to where you were before the injuries and everything. But you had some circus catches to make this year that you never had to do. How do you feel about those? Is it because you cannot practice those?
Yeah, it's just, I feel like that's just in my DNA. When the ball gets thrown my way, it's got to be 100%. You got to go make those plays. And when you do those plays, he'll have the trust to keep throwing it back to you. But like you said, just more opportunity this year. I think that's part of it. And just, my QB trusting in me.
And which one was the best catch you made this year?
I would probably say my favorite is definitely on Amos. The one where I caught it off the back of his head. I think that's probably one of my better ones.
I did some math earlier today.
Okay.
If you keep up that pace, you're going to finish with 2,600 yards.
Yeah.
Do you think you can keep this up? Or?
I'm never going to say no because the ultimate competitor in me is going to tell you I'm going to continue on this path. But yeah, man, when I first started playing this game, it was always to be the best. And obviously, if I were able to finish with those kind of stats, I think I would be up there with the best or one of the best seasons. So, not to say that's my goal, but my goal is to keep producing the way I have and help this team get wins.
I came in late, so I don't know if people ask you about facing LeBron
Yeah.
and Jalen. Yeah, I'm sure they have. Sorry to make you repeat.
No worries.
But I know it's always special when you get a chance to play against him. Both offenses, have been playing well lately. So, how anxious are you, to play against him? And are you planning to get, another close to 200 game?
Absolutely, that's always the goal. But yeah, definitely excited to see him, because he's come into his own this year especially and, developed, like I said before, into a receiver one over there. Like I mentioned before, our defense is going to make it tough for him and they're going to lock him down, but excited for him to just make plays like he does for his team. And it's going to be a great battle.
No, talking about the numbers that you're getting these days, you're going to get some double coverage with that. Have you seen it yet, or do you expect it?
I seen it a little bit against Edmonton, a little bit of a bracket stuff. But at the end of the day, if you start double teaming me, that just means Tyler Snead's one-on-one. That means, it means Alex Holland's one-on-one. It just means other guys are open for more opportunities too. So if teams decide to do that, that's just going to be a disservice to themselves. But I'll be ready for it when it comes.